at where they come from. When we arrived in Jerusalem, now it says here in verse 17, when we arrived in Jerusalem, the brethren welcomed us joyfully. It is to say that they were now calling each other brethren. They were converted. So then look at who were gathered there. And on the following day, Paul went with us to see whom? James. That is Jacob, the brother of Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Mary, and all of the elders were present. It is to say that Paul arrived to this group of believers in Jerusalem, and when he arrived there, James, or Jacob, James that wrote the book of James, that was the vice president, the assistant of the circumcision. To Peter was given and committed the gospel of circumcision, and James was the assistant. So there Paul arrived. So as soon as Paul arrived there, look at what the so-called Christians recommended to Paul. Look at what it says in verse 21 and onward. Chapter 21, verse 21. Now they have been informed about you that you teach all Jews among the Gentiles to apostatize from Moses. There's something wrong with that? For James it was, to the brother of Jesus, the so-called brethren of Jerusalem were manifesting a complaint. You are teaching the Jews to apostatize from Moses, telling them not to circumcise their children. And they were leaders of circumcision. And Paul is saying, they tell us that you say for them not to circumcise their children, nor to observe our customs. Well, you say we don't have to take the sacrament or the communion, that we don't have to baptize. That is a complaint that was presented. It says, verse 22, what is it there for? The multitude will certainly meet because they heard that you have arrived. Therefore, do what we are telling you. There are 4 men among us that obligate themselves with a vow. Gather with them, purify yourself with them, they're telling him, and pay their expenses so they can have their heads shaved. That is the recommendation of the apostles to the apostle Paul. That is why when he said that, but of him you are in Christ Jesus, who became for us wisdom, righteousness, and sanctification, they didn't understand. To the contrary, look at what they would recommend to Paul. Shave your head. You have to keep the customs. Purify yourself. When Paul says that he is complete in Christ, now he has to purify or be purified with Jewish rituals. It says, take these men, purify yourself along with them, and pay their expenses. They charge for those things. It's like when they take the babies to be baptized, they charge. They charge you to do that so they can shave their heads. And all of them that accuse you will understand that it's not so, what you're being accused of, but that you yourself also walk orderly, keeping what? The grace? No, the law. You know what it is to talk like that to Paul? That was disgraceful. Tell him so that they all think that you are walking orderly, keeping the law.